Does everyone know that or feel that there is something about love which is impersonal, and there's something about love which is personal? And she beautifully brought the analogy of the mirror, because it could be the tendency to think that personal love is one category and oceanic love or non-personal love is something else, and so we have to go now from this point to that point. This is the logic. Obviously, if you're within the limited, you have to go to the unlimited. That would be a logical way to see it. But she's not functioning through logic. She's functioning through perception. So that's why never criticize your perception, especially these young people, as you're very much in uncharted oceans. You haven't yet defined yourself in a restricted kind of a way. You don't need so much to break down. You're right there. You're right there. You're seeing, because your identification has not become so solid. But the tenderness of that not solid is also, it's very vulnerable to doubt, because adults really look like they know something, and they can speak like they really know something. And they can speak with certainty, and very often that certainty is actually a rigidity of your concepts. So the rigidity of concepts is not allowing the exploration of the non-personal. Now, there's no explanation of the non-personal. How can you define non-personal, vast, ever-present and free? So we have a human experience of it. And she rightly said it is a kind of mirror. It is like I'm a reflection of something. This is a reflection. Feelings are a reflection. And the mirror, the beauty about the image of the mirror, whatever object you bring in front of the mirror never becomes the object. Only maintains the quality of reflection. If you can make your mind like a mirror, the mirror, just bring your image, your imagination there. I bring my hand in front of the mirror. The mirror never becomes the hand, and yet doesn't reject the hand also. It's both accepting of, but not becoming the object. Now remember, yesterday I spoke the object, the person, and the situation. So that means more subtle happenings. That's all that we experience with our mind. We experience things, people, and the happenings of these things and people, and the whole interaction of things and people, right? That's one thing we for sure know. And what is it that we know about this dynamic from the first day that we met? This dynamic of things, people, and situations is always changing. So coming back to the mirror, what is the quality of the mirror? Unchanging. And even it's going a little deeper, the image. All the changings are coming in front of the mirror, but the mirror, which basically a mirror just means the power of reflection, is not changing with what is changing in it, so-called. Not only is it not changing, it is not becoming anything. So love is that which does not become anything, and yet it is expressed like a mirror is expressing what comes in front of it. Now look how we're seeing. What will come now? What do I like? What do I not like? The image that comes that makes me feel comfortable, the image that comes that makes me feel uncomfortable. But in truth, is the mirror uncomfortable? So what is uncomfortable is our conditions. What is comfortable and uncomfortable, suitable, not suitable, what I want to keep, what I want to reject, is our humanness. That's a part of our function. Now we cannot throw that away because it's also helpful to us. As Yop was expressing in his sharing, that he is now at a stage where he's very clear, his mirror is very clear, and so he knows, he said it not with a sense of something being right or wrong, but he knows what is suitable to him without getting into rejecting and condemning, fault-finding. And yet he knows that that party energy is not for me right now. It is suitability, but it is suitability based in the wisdom that he knows what will bring an atmosphere for him to go deeper into knowing love. So this is still suitability, but with the wisdom of knowing what really is without it being an either or a blame, right, wrong. See the subtlety now, of where we've all come to examine together. So keeping this image of the mirror now, let's explore a little more. Watching how, not knowing ourselves to be that mirror that we are, but being kind of blinded in a way from that, which means totally absorbed in the things, in the persons, and in the happenings, and reacting to them. What do we find ourselves in that? How do we find ourselves in that situation? What is it that when you're only reacting to the things, the persons, and the situations, and you're not exercising or in touch with your reflective power, the mirror has somehow, through our conditioning, become less shining, less able to reflect. I would not say the mind has caused that. We don't know what caused that. Can say our conditioning, whatever, but it just is what it is. The mirror has become dusty. It's futile trying to find out why it became dusty. Remember, we're observing what is. It's pointless to say why it is. So what we're at a point now, we are seeing the mirror has become a little clouded or dusty, covered. So what this examination, see how important it is now not to sit there thinking, am I getting what she's saying? Am I not getting it? Am I stupid? Am I not stupid? I'm not quite following. Am I going to get this? This is the schoolish attitude that we've all been bound in. Just the light of inquiry will start to burn that dust off. Just the light of this inquiry, along with some observation. So what are we exercising? Vivek, Vairagya. Remember yesterday, Vivek was the discernment, which you can also say is the inquiry, using the mind. That's why the mind is not the cause of the dust. Use the mind, whose nature is actually like a mirror. Use that same mind to start questioning without sense of wrong, without a struggle to get it. Just start examining like she is. That's why I could have almost said nothing to her, because it was a perfect inquiry. And then alongside that, the Vairagya, which means you're not reacting all the time to what is coming in your mirror. You're exercising the power of the observer. Exercising the power of observer is allowing the nature of the mind to be reflective. Now the mirror of the mind starts to become clear. So then it becomes very clear. In the clarity, there's the personal and there's the impersonal. That's what the clarity will reveal. And they are not two separate things. It is the beauty of oneness that can be both still, unmanifest, and without any contradiction or division, manifest. Just as the ocean at the depth can be still. So in truth, who are we? We are both, which is one and the same. Exactly. The impersonal and the personal. Where does struggle come? When we divide it. Where is peace and harmony? When we know it is one and the same. So we can use these two words, personal and impersonal, God and man or woman, or God and humankind, space and form, energy, matter, sky, earth, however. Now we don't need to reject division. We have to bring clarity. So the mirror, she's right. When I can somehow intuitively tune into this amazing reflective power that I have, they're more than superhero powers, this power. And here we are thinking, oh, I'm just a small, insignificant little nobody. Human beings have been given a superpower, and that is the power of reflection, of clarity. In that clarity, all will be revealed to be perfectly in its place. That's why I love the word for a yogi is a warrior. And what we are conquering is our schoolish tradition that you can be right or wrong. And the schoolish tradition that I'm not knowing, this is going back to our first day, I'm here not knowing, small and needy, and I need to get there where I'll be knowing I'm big and strong. And everyone will respect me here, and everyone will think I'm insignificant here. So warriors, yogis, are those who are too clever to fall for that deception. They have seen through the deception. But we have to see something to see through it. Seeing through the deception, there's no bypass. You have to also see what is the nature of duality. As a scientist, as a yogi, not as an emotional, involved human being. See what is the nature of duality. It's changing, it's divided, it's uneasy, it's ill at ease, it's searching, it's struggling, it's explaining, it's defining, it's labeling. Great for making your cup of tea, that you take the sugar label rather than the salt label. Really, it's intelligence. So that's why observe, examine, as the yogi does, observe without condemnation, to see it's all intelligence. And this old-fashioned idea that you're pointing out the ego as if it's some kind of culprit from today, from this moment. Don't ever do that again. Stop pinpointing a culprit. It's been intelligence all along. Just misguided and lost a little because the mirror was a bit dusty. So vivek, vairagya, which is basically meditation. What are you doing in meditation? You're not reacting for some time. It doesn't mean that you sit in meditation 24 hours of the day. You're taking some time to not react. That a thought comes, oh, I must phone my friend. I'm not going to react on that right now. I will do that later. Oh, a thought comes, damn that person for saying that to me. And now you're going to sit in your meditation. How am I going to get back at them? I'm going to be really clever, and I'm going to go up to them and I'm going to say, and then I'll feel a sense of achievement, that now I've taught them a lesson. Now they'll see that I'm great and I was right all along. How much fun it is to explore them trying to get somewhere. That's what we were saying. See the deception in order to see through it. We went to school in order to learn how to be independent physically, emotionally, socially. Not even emotionally. Socially, physically. But we didn't learn in school what we need to be happy.
All my life I'm looking for this moment.
Yes. So that moment will not come.
Yeah.
Because it's an experience. It's something reflected in the mirror. It's a reflection and it passes. Because all that which comes in the mirror comes and goes. Only the mirror remains the same. Ever the same. So seeking an experience, that's the big thing about drugs too. You can have a drug. What does a drug do? It takes the inhibiting filter off the mind. The social filter off the mind. Drinking also. People feel less inhibited when they drink, and some people get more paranoid when they take a drug, but some people feel less inhibited. What is inhibiting? Or what is the consequence of being inhibited is to remain small, to remain a conditioned person. There's something in us all that want to go beyond that. And some find unhealthy means through which to go beyond. Satsang and meditation are the healthy means to go beyond that which is inhibiting you, which means that which is binding you to the personal. And so look, these young people, how amazing it is that they can learn this knowledge as a means by which meditation and satsang, this knowledge, a means by which they can know what true happiness is, what true fulfillment is, without needing to take a drug, without needing the support and acceptance of their social group and all the tension that comes with that struggle to be accepted externally. That when you fully accept yourself, how you will notice that everyone will accept you as you are. To learn that through the satsang, through the means of meditation and satsang, which is inquiry and non-reacting, vivek, vairagya, that is the means by which you can wipe this mirror of the mind that is otherwise involved in so much struggle, even the spiritual struggle to reach that which we had glimpses of. That will be a lifetime struggle to try and recreate that. But in a moment, and let's do that, close your eyes. You are the mirror. You don't have to make a mirror. Your true nature is actually the reflective power. So all that comes to be known by you, to be seen internally or perceived by you, is because you are the mirror. All is being reflected in you. So where to go? What to improve? What to even explain or understand? know your true nature has the power to reflect. This is the same that I am speaking on the day that we spoke about purity. What is it about the mirror? It is pure, meaning it does not change with the changing forms that come in front of it. And it is not made that which comes in front of it. It remains always itself, pure, unchanging, ever present. So a thought arises. I don't know this mirror. Can't find the mirror. In whom is this thought reflected? The mirror. You, the mirror. A thought comes. I need to hold this knowledge. I need to make it more. I want more of this knowledge. In whom is this thought reflected? You, the mirror. Pure reflection. Although the mirror that we know physically is an object, think of it more now, or imagine it more, not as an object, but as the power of reflection. All is absorbed in that mirror. And yet the mirror never becomes that which is the object, the situation, or the person that is reflected. So let any thought be as it is. You never lose the power of reflection. Let any feeling be observed as that reflective power. And the heat and the struggle and the disconnect that feelings can give rise to would be dispelled in the recognition that you are the mirror. So to know what is love, Anand, to know what is consciousness, Chit, to know what is being, these three are not separate. They are the very qualities of the mirror. To love, to know, to be. It needs no understanding. It only needs a little time and respect for Vivek and Vairagya. To examine and to observe. and all that which you wish to know. What is love? What is truth? What is bliss? What is duality? What is oneness? What is eternity? All that is revealed by the mirror, which means in clarity. That whistle sound came in front of your mirror. You as mirror. But you didn't become the whistle sound. You needed not reject it. You needed not to explain it. You needed not to label it, although maybe with a name there was some recognition. You needed not to know whether you liked it or not liked it. It simply was reflected in you. And see how the quality of the mirror is also that it doesn't become big or small, great or less. So when that man came selling his wares, his goods, you maybe didn't know what he was selling, maybe couldn't understand what he was saying, so you made no meaning. You just heard it as sound. But those who could hear what he is selling made meaning. So whether you make meaning or whether you don't make meaning, the mirror remains the same. But we tend to, in meaning making, associate in meaning making, I have become big, great, accomplished, reached, or its opposite, small, inferior, not getting it. See how superimposed this idea is. It is not a part of your true nature. The idea that you have become great or small is so random, and it's associated with making meaning according to what you have learnt. If you know Hindi, you will make meaning. If you don't know Hindi, you won't make meaning. So according to your conditions, according to your upbringing and what you have been in association with, but this that you become big or small, greater or lesser, is a complete imagination. It is not a part of the nature of your true self, the pure, ever-present reflective mirror. Writing is a great way to integrate the revelation or the inquiry, better to say, if you feel to. You're also integrating it through the meditation.